Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm not going to apologize anymore when I share the truth with you because I just feel like I need to hold myself to that without feeling like I need to apologize. So I'll start there and say that there are people out there working against you every single day when it comes to your health. And there are food marketers that are more interested in you becoming addicted to their processed foods than they care about your health. And you're reading food labels and you're trusting that packaging, but it is deceiving. So think about those labels. Are you trusting things that say all natural, gluten-free, humanely raised, no antibiotics or hormones used, or vegetarian diet? If you've been using these labels as a way to purchase your foods, then I'm just here to share with you today that you are being duped by some of the greatest marketing tactics out there. The problem is you cannot trust these labels. They're not even regulated. And when I was writing my book, I started doing a lot of this research. And people question all of these things, and they're bringing these foods to me all the time on a regular basis saying, is this healthy? Can I eat this? Can I eat that? So I'm creating this content today just to share with you a little bit of insight about the research that I found, about the information I found when I did the research, because there are people that are creating labels for your foods and they're not even educated or informed when it comes to health and healing and what the body actually needs. They're simply marketers that are putting these labels and slapping things on a package so that you'll buy it. So that crunch that you crave that has you down in an entire bag of chips or a box of cookies, those are created for you. And the package, it even says it right there on the label. You know, you can't eat just one Pringle, and is throwing it in your face. The thing is they know this because they're creating those chips to cause you to crave them in the future. And that's why you can't put down the thing before you eat the entire container. So one thing I know with even my clients is I see people coming in making a very common mistake. And this is, when you're turning to a healthier lifestyle, you start looking for replacement foods. Okay, I used to eat cookies and cakes and candies and pastas and pastries and all these things, so I'm going to go for the gluten-free varieties. The problem with that is instead of turning to those things, we need to be turning to whole foods. So a lot of times we're afraid of these demonized carbohydrates, right? Oh, we can't eat potatoes, we can't eat bread, we can't eat, a lot of these other carbohydrates, we can't eat fruit. And you're replacing some of these things with the latest keto diet foods, right? And you're filling your belly with processed and packaged cookies that are low carb with alternative sweeteners, and you're not doing yourself any favors because these diets that you're reading about and they're pushing all these packaged products on you, those are the very things that are keeping you sick. And I say this because I've been there and I know, and I did the very same thing and I made those same mistakes. And I watch it happen in front of my eyes every single day. But did you know that this packaged keto cookie, it doesn't do you any better than eating that piece of fruit? Because that whole fruit is made from nature, right? It has the things that we need in it to actually heal our bodies, the nutrients, the fibers. And those sugars, they're not bad. We shouldn't demonize a whole food group. We're eating a keto cookie with all these fake sugars in place of a fruit. Does that really even make sense? But we fall for these things every single day. And I'm not saying that you should not enjoy the sweeter things in life. I'm not saying you should never have a packaged food. But if you're replacing your carbohydrate-filled junk foods with those legal keto foods, it's not doing you any favors. And you may lose a little bit of weight, but in the end, your health is not going to be optimal. And that's exactly what we should be looking for, is optimal health. So we've really walked away from a lot of these principles that I like to call stewardship of the body because we've been deceived. There has to be balance. You don't have to feel deprived. You should be able to eat the fruit if you want to eat the fruit. But once we start living on these processed foods, then your palate is going to start to change. And those are going to be the things that you start to crave. And those are going to be the things that you want. But the good news is just as quick as you changed it, you can change it back so you can start enjoying good whole food. And I see that happen every single day. So if you find foods are flavorless or boring, and things like that, then you probably just need a little bit of a taste bud adjustment. So you can really live the life you desire with energy and vitality without going to the bathroom, after meals and blaming it on things like IBS if you just shift your plate. And I talk to people every single day who are missing out on life, is why I say this, right? Their kids and their spouses are going to enjoy life without them because they're stuck in their home. And I know how they feel because I was in the very same place. I was too scared to venture too far from home and barely even go to work sometimes because I felt like I was going to have some gastrointestinal problem on the way, right? Or something that was going to keep me stuck in the bathroom too long. But it doesn't have to be that way. And you don't have to feel guilty about missing another appointment with your family. You don't have to feel bad about canceling plans with your friends because you're getting sick. The truth is you've simply been deceived into thinking that this has to be your norm. And many of your doctors are telling you that medications and surgery is your answer. I received that same information too. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be true. It simply is the knowledge that they have around the subject. And it doesn't make it completely wrong. I'm not trying to be against that. But what I am saying is those people are trained in medication and surgery. So if you want medication and surgery, then by all means go to them. But that's typically where the knowledge stops. They are not trained in nutrition. They're not trained in teaching you how to live a life of health to get to where you can actually prevent disease. They're taught how to control disease once you have it. And what I know to be true is that when we have health in our body, when we steward our body well, it really takes us a long way. I know that you can completely heal your body with natural health and natural medicine. And I'm going back to these companies, these big companies, these big marketers, right? They have done things and said things. They're causing us to go for those convenient foods because they're quick. We can still get our nutrition. We can, eat non-GMO. We can eat organic. We can do all that. We can do it right from a package or a box. And we talk a lot about the cause of disease, but one of the simplest things that you can do is educate yourself on diet and nutrition in the form of whole foods. So I have people, every time I do an interview, someone says, well, what do you recommend as the number one takeaway? What can someone do today to transform their life? What is going to give them the most bang for their buck? And my answer is always the same. It is get good whole food nutrition. That is going to take you probably further than anything else. And then once you've done that and you've started down that path, if things don't correct then come in and start bringing some other things in. But God gave us everything that we need to maintain our health, and He placed it right here on this earth. All we have to do is access it. So now that you have that knowledge, what are you going to do with it? I encourage you to go out today and take something that you've learned, probably to go out and eat some whole foods, and skip your McDonald's hamburger, skip your processed packaged keto cookies, grab a piece of fruit that you may not have even had for a month or two or more or years because you've been afraid of it, and just give whole foods a chance. And I'd love to know if you've went more whole foods instead of processed packaged foods and hear how it's gone for you. And you can share that with me in the comments. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon.